Power, precision, and the ability to take on the most challenging of terrains. These are just a few words we can use to describe Shaikh Salman bin Isa Al Khalifa, our guest today, who's also Chief Executive Officer of the Bahrain International Circuit. Shaikh Salman, it's an honor to have you here in the lead up to the F1 in Bahrain. Let's hit the tracks and go for a drive.
10 years of Formula One in Bahrain.
It's been a really exciting time. I think a fantastic 10 years, and we're looking forward to the next 10 years, obviously, and hopefully more. In terms of a celebration, the best example is what the country's investment into this project by turning the 10-year race into a night race.
Absolutely.
And I think that will be fantastic for the race and for the fans.
Shaikh Salman, apart from the Bahrain F1 Formula One Grand Prix, are there any other events, big events planned for BIC in 2014?
Of course. I mean, so far this year we've had a quite busy first quarter. We started co-hosting with the air show, which is a big event for us, and we're very proud of that. After that, we've had testing. I think that's probably the biggest interest this year, in apart from Formula One, but we've had a lot of the WEC World Endurance Championship teams choosing Bahrain for their testing, which is great for us, both on exposure and obviously financially. It's a good thing to have.
In terms of off-track entertainment, the concerts that happened at the time, the Grand Prix, last year's was pretty. We had Calvin Harris and I think Nayo performing. Can you let us know who's going to be here this time? Well,
this year we try to concentrate. Every year we try to build the best package for everyone that attends the Grand Prix, and make sure that no one misses that opportunity. We've got some special bands for an older crowd and at the same time for the younger crowd, but the announcement hopefully will come out soon.
Excellent. We all noticed a lot of developments taking place at BIC, a lot of refurbishments or improvements. Can you tell us a little about that?
Yes, I mean, obviously the lighting project is probably the biggest one, and not only on track, but with the project that comes that when you move to a night race, the track is probably the easiest part of it, because there's so much concentration going on putting 1,500 lux around the racetrack. What's important to realize is the grandstands, the vending area, everywhere that usually it was during the day, what upgrades you need to do there.
Some of the more grassroots motorsports seem to be most popular here in Bahrain, including drag racing, drift nights. Is the BIC or is Bahrain doing anything to improve potential for this?
We are trying to, which I think the purpose of the track and our duty is, to pull them to the racetrack. Right. And so the drag racing nights, for example, is every Monday. It's open to any car. It's a 5 dinar for the whole night.
Fantastic.
And so the idea is to encourage people to come, and it's been very popular. I mean, we've had an average of 80 cars, 90 cars coming every Monday night, and the same thing with the drifting element in the parking lot outside.
Shaikh Salman, the Bahrain International Karting Circuit has been responsible for developing lots of motorsports interest amongst, especially young Bahrainis. We're
very happy that the karting circuit has been built, has been generating the drivers that hopefully will be our future racers. As a grassroots level of racing, that is probably the most important to grow and foster and all that. So you have a proper base in motorsports. And we've had, I think over 50, now probably over 60,000 people go through the doors of the circuit, and from them we've started championships, we've started racers coming in and learning racecraft and engineering and how to build a cart and all that.
Can you particularly single out any individual?
There's His Highness Sheikh Abdullah bin Hamed's son Isa, who's now racing in the KF Championship in Europe. We've had Adib Kuzbar, we've had there's so many, even the Betelco karting team.
I think your own son is a bit of a racer himself.
I was waiting for that.
Does he really beat you nowadays?
Has he beaten me? Yes.
Okay.
Does he beat me these days? You know, there's always more races to be had.
Shaikh Salman, the 4x4 track at the BIC proves to be hugely popular. What's actually made it so popular here?
It's pretty hard to explain. The best way to show it, the best way to explain this is for me to show you the track. The purpose of the track is to drive around easy and with the throttle and let the car do all the work. So easy on the throttle, you can increase a little, then you'll see the reaction. Little throttle, more throttle. Yeah.
Okay.
And the car does it.
Isn't it time for you to take over now?
So the idea is to utilize all the technology in these new cars and just show one example of how you can go down a slope without touching the brakes. That's always exciting. Push the button and release the brakes and hang on. And usually the brakes come on. Let's hope for the best. And I'm not touching the brakes, and the car is doing everything.
Well, Sheikh, that got our adrenaline going a bit. Thank you so much for joining us on
Thank
Backseat
you
Chat.
for this opportunity, and we look forward to seeing you at the Grand Prix.
Absolutely. See you then. Thank you.